if I were in winners finals. But I'm saying a little bit more for my, as I familiarize myself with the uni scene, I'm saying a little bit more for my my benefit than yours. Chat. So it's not going to be the Hilda mirror. I mean, I suppose, you know, they're very close in skill, but like Hilda's actually endroll's main and not truly Beaties' main. It would make sense. I don't want to play a mirror of a character that you know better than me. That's just like asking to lose, basically. Good shield there, good charge there as well. Beaties playing the grid game, and so far winning it pretty convincingly now. Over half of the, yeah, we cashed it. I mean, I don't know that getting Celestial actually gives you any benefits, does it? It's cool when you fill up the whole grid gauge, and you're like, haha, haha, I have so much grid, ha ha ha. The grid break as well, and it's a Beaties kind of round right now. And at this point, also a very difficult situation to be able to make a comeback in. Even theoretically, Beaties commanding win with that first round. I do also want to point out, since it has been best of 3 this whole time, it is best of 5, as the card at the top says. This being winners finals will be best of 5, so you win 3 games to win the set, not only 2. You know, providing more time for adaptations and such things as this. Endroll finally getting like a B&B at the moment after a couple of hits of the combo to, you know, to call their own, to take to the bank. But still spending just a lot of time in that corner. Blocking, you know, often trying to shield, trying to find a way to win the grid war. Doing a much better job of contesting from defense and getting himself out back into neutral or onto offense against Beaties this round. And the life totals, I'm doing my best, okay? I don't know what's wrong with me. The life totals anyway are reflecting that the defensive adjustments have been made. They've been made by endroll here in the second round. The fact that, you know, Beaties not able to just continuously run offense. Still taking the round, however, taking game number 1, going up over endroll. Oh my God. Going up over endroll. Still, those the difference in how close those rounds were does have to make you think. If you're Juushichi, Beaties, that is to say, you're gonna have to vary some stuff up, right? You're gonna think about what did endroll do to make those rounds closer, because it's an indication that they are, you know, they're reading what's going on well, and that he's making good adjustments based on that. Not reads in the fighting game sense, but reads in the same way that a quarterback reads a defense. You know what I mean? I feel that this round only proves my point, right? The downloading, as it were, that must have occurred between rounds 1 and 2 of the first game to make 2 so much closer than 1, resulting in a very commanding endroll round to start this game off with. Yeah, he's now having to make the adjustments, find ways to get in on this wall of absolutely abusive. I love the fact that's a normal. Almost until the fireball, all of that was a normal. Good shields though, good shields from Beaties, capitalizing, cornering, what have you, cornering the grid market. Teleport kept endroll out of pressure though. Good teleport on endroll's part like 5 seconds ago before I started yawning. Very patient there in the corner. Too patient in the corner, just lets endroll simply excuse himself. Simply say, you know what, being cornered, for me, I don't want to, if you're young, if you like to be cornered and block, good for you. Me personally, I would rather jump away and start comboing you, in fact. I'm trying to figure out if is it just the normal amount that throws do? I feel like the throws do a good bit of damage in this video game, so potentially. Oh my goodness. That is true. Good, no, it is a frame trap. I'm right. I was like, not frame trap. Frame trap's wrong. No, frame trap's correct. Good frame trap with the fireball. A TK aerial fireball. Specifically there, I believe. Because I don't think Hilda has any kind of like... I guess Hilda's force function lifts her up into the air, but I don't know if you can aerial fireball out of that. And also, endroll did not force function. So, a TK aerial fireball frame trap at the beginning there. As I over-explain my line of logic, we are now a lot of round away from that. Some signs of life, however, some signs of life for Be at Ease. This is going to carry all the way to the corner, and this should be I-Wax, no? Yes? Life was low enough, and obviously Veil Off is in effect, so it would have been I-Wax, and it was a lot of damage. Certainly Veil Off keeping endroll alive, getting endroll the neutral, and that's going to be enough. Veil Off very nearly snatching victory from the jaws of defeat for Be at Ease, and then actually snatching victory from the jaws of defeat for endroll. The Veil Off, truly the Veil Off giveth and the Veil Off taketh away. We're gonna eventually lead to the pen, yep. The daggers do not catch. So, endroll there covering the correct, inputting the correct directional input to cover the side of the screen Be at Ease was going to be in. However, you know, a DP being invincible kind of solves that whole thing. And now, endroll here fighting to get back into an Oki situation. And technically endroll does get back into an Oki situation, just on the wrong side of it. Be at Ease in his win condition here, has the zoner in the corner, no longer has the, never mind. No, see this corner shit? No, it's not for me. It's not for me. I'm leaving. I'm taking this normal that has me glide across the entire screen like I'm Argagark Fantasy Strike, and I'm zipping, I'm dipping. I'm departing from this area. What can I tell you? Once again, all right, mixing up a good mixing up of the orb Oki options as well. Be at Ease keeping his turn there as a result of blocking the Veil Off. Endroll with all of the grid, almost all of the grid, all of the grid, lots of grid, does end up chain shifting. That will get Be at Ease the Vorpal, and unfortunately for Endroll, Be at Ease makes better use of chain shift, getting a turn again. A good, this time a frame trap with Akatsuki's fireball, and we almost went to time there. A 95-second round, but eventually Juushichi, Be at Ease, takes it. Alright, good roll to avoid the fireball. The ground swords do keep Hilda safe. Yet again, the TK aerial fireball, but it is this time. Endroll pulling the nothing personnel kid and getting a B&B for doing stuff. Another B&B incoming. Simply throw a bunch of swords, I guess. Is that what Hilda's EXS is? She makes swords. Am I understanding this correctly? I'm not sure what else to call it, but she kind of makes sharp objects. And then throws them at you. Kind of her whole deal. Be at Ease, down on life, gets a grid break, however. Has 200 meter, has Vorpal, has a full bar of grid, has the corner, and these throws are just not getting tagged. She can just do that? Hilda can just do that? What? She just left. She just fucked off. She just pulled the Homer me. Homer Simpson faded back into the bush. Okay. It's chill, I guess, and Endroll is able to go up 2-1 over Be at Ease. What's going on, man? What do we... She can just leave? Just no longer be on screen? Like, alright, find Hilda, I guess. So where's Waldo game now? Alright, good patience there from Be At Ease to avoid the daggers from the cloud. Good throw as well. Throws so far have been paying dividends for Juushichi, Be At Ease in this set. Oh, goodness. Sleepy. Ooh. Yeah, that 5C, I mean, it's a big button. It's a good button. What can I say? The assault charge of 5C, they're still holding so much space while also presenting an overhead that may very well catch your opponent out moving forward because how much space it covers, or just catching blocking wrong, even if they're like, oh, I'm going to get hit by Hilda. This, with no bar, this is not kill. We got really no resources to help us. This is not kill. Good avoidance on that pin as well. The Tatsu does not pay off. Roll pays off here. But end roll really knowing how to hold, how to contest that space. Just not allow Be At Ease the means to move forward into critical range. Eventually, finally, by using chain shift, just gets the cash out for the kill and pulling it back with a crumb of health left. And that's the kind of those are the kind of valiant nerves you need to fight a Zai. Yep, support those throws. Also paying dividends on the grid war, by the way. The throws, you know, end roll very frequently not attacking them. And getting thrown or getting your throw teched both produce a lot of grid advantage for your opponent. So the fact that throws are finding their mark for Be At Ease also doing a lot to win in Vorpal and get, you know, those chain shifts that have been so critical in the neutral here just to get Akatsuki in. So that, like, kind of traditional fighter range he needs to be at, right? Some characters, a lot of characters like Gordeau or Hilda can hit you from like 50 to 67% of screen and get a B&B off of it. Akatsuki's not one of those characters. Akatsuki's one of the characters in Under Night who kind of does need to be directly in your face. Not that most characters can pressure you from that far away. That's just phone on. She's just like that. That's just, French Bread just lets phone on do that just because, I think. Like for fun, perhaps? Alright, yep, no, still contending, commanding the space. Good shields here from Be At Ease. Like, you can make me block, but I'm winning the Vorpal War, and the Vorpal War has been won. There's no meter to cash this out with. So it is going to be a guess for game situation, but it's not going to be dead. That guess was wrong! The guess was wrong. End roll clawing that round back. Ooh. No confirm though. Just a little bit of stray damage. Good block on the 5C. Endroll has been a big fan of that assault 5C. Really one of your favorite Hildas? That's fair. I think that the Hilda gameplay from Endroll has been cool. I have less of a frame of reference for different individual Hildas, but yeah, I think this has been some very good UNI2. One more throw will do it. Listen, you know, listen. Sometimes you gotta be throwing looping. What can I say? Shall I say that's cool? Yeah, I'm relatively new to the UNI2 scene. Back when I did not play fighting games, one of my friends showed me UNIST. And like I didn't really have the frame of reference to understand what was going on in it. So I'm basically completely new to Under Night since I picked up UNI2 like 2 weeks ago. So I've been learning, I've been practicing. I know a little bit about how the game works. And I absorbed a little bit through osmosis by having, you know, a friend who does play it. But you know, I don't have as complete of a frame of reference for like, especially not for like different, you know, players. That time, the dagger's active enough to catch previously the DP. Or the EX. I think that was the C input DP. Maybe he's just playing Akatsuki's DP. But it got through the whole storm of daggers from the Cloud without getting hit. This time, the Cloud active enough to hit it. It doesn't really matter though, because Deities does have corner pressure here, and is just kind of jailing endroll. Simply jailing endroll. Endroll finally gets just enough space to do something, and immediately dies for it. Alright, teleport. Good teleport on round start though. Creates a lot of space. A lot of advancing to be done behind these fireballs, huh? And that is quite negative for endroll. And the grid gets broken. Deities identifies the shield and immediately goes, oh, sorry. Sees one shield and takes it personally. Endroll now, just now, able to start getting grid again. Will win this Vorpal cycle though. So, chain shifts on the table. I would simply teleport back to mid-screen is also on the table. Grid break, you know, also on the table. And the wall bounce into the fireballs is going to make that kill. Be at ease taking it 3-2 over endroll.